Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1980 Abarth Fiat 131. Now this has 760 horsepower, 550 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.6 litre turbocharged inline-6 engine. The car itself now weighs 2,115 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 3.409 seconds, 0 to 100 in 6.117 seconds, and going to a top speed of 183 miles an hour. So yeah, not quite the most powerful engine you can put in this car. You can put in the 1270 horsepower other inline 6 engine in this game, in this car, but I figured since it's only had 140 originally, 620 extra horsepower is plenty extra horsepower on the go, and it is at least more power than the Abarth 595 is easy that we had in a few episodes back, had as well, and that is the only other Abarth that we've had on this series so far. So yeah, and overall the stats look pretty good. The speed, acceleration, launch and braking are all solid. Handling is a little bit worrisome, even more so now that we're well, it would have been even more so had we put the more powerful engine in, so hopefully the lack of power in comparison to that engine will help it. But the off-road capability isn't all that great either. But this was at least a competitive rally car back in its day, so maybe some of that will shine through in this version of the car, but there's only really one way to find out, that's by going out there. So let's see what will happen. See, it's got good acceleration, and even though it is quite a small car, it's nowhere near as small as the 595, meaning this will have a bit more stability on the go, and it shouldn't fall over either. So yeah, so far feeling like quite a quick car. Now some rally cars have been quick on this series before, others have been really quite surprisingly slow, so there is no guarantee that just because you're built for going off-road that you are going to be as good off-road as you might expect, so it's always something to be wary of. For now, this is seeming like one of the good ones. It's really rather quite nimble. The all-wheel drive system isn't playing havoc with the handling, and the amount of power is manageable. But obviously we've still got some way to go. Things can easily go wrong. It held that landing exceptionally well, did not bounce up massively. It's easy to control after the fact. Brakes might not be the best in terms of stats, but because it doesn't weigh very much, it's not got all that much in the way of momentum to slow down. So they don't need to be the greatest brakes in the world to help the car. Turning, all-wheel drive there helps keep the power down out of the corner. Getting to a good rate of speed as well in these straighter parts. It's not getting flung around too much either, thankfully, despite the lack of weight. Fastest down there, but we have been pretty quick in other areas, so I don't think that'll harm us too badly. So yeah, even though we're having a manageable time with this version of the car, I doubt it would have been as manageable with nearly 1300 horsepower. This is still a hell of a lot for a car that could only do 120 originally, and like I said, only had 140 horsepower in standard form. Can we beat the Da Vinci from the previous episode? Yes, we can, and by some considerable margin as well, at 3 minutes 16.488 seconds, which, yeah, is way quicker than the Abarth 595, which managed 3 minutes 27.950, so we're more than 11 seconds quicker than that car. And not only that, but we are comfortably in the top 25. Not quite the top 20, we're just missing out on that by just under half a second, as the likes of the Peugeot 207 Super 2000 and the Extreme E X44 have just pipped us, but we are quicker than a Sierra Cars Yokohama Alpha, as well as the Liberty Toyota Tacoma TRD Performance Truck, Porsche Mission R, Hennessy Venom F5, Subaru WRX STI ARX Supercar, and other off-road vehicles like the Cooper Tavascan Concept. The other Abarth that we've had, I forgot that we had the 695 Baposto on this series as well, so we're also quicker than that Abarth as well by nearly 3 seconds, as that managed 3 minutes 19.224, so we're quicker than that car as well. And like I said, other off-road vehicles like the Toyota Tacoma and the Nissan Safari Z and the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. So yeah, we might well have just missed out on the top 20, but overall that was a fantastic car to drive. Had very little issues, had 1 or 2 moments where I felt like the rear end had bounced up a little bit, but outside of that it was completely perfect. Handled the all-wheel drive system really well, which in turn helped handle the extra power and torque. Had no issues with the acceleration and the kind of speeds it was getting up to. Like I said, it only could do 120 originally, and yet we're getting up to nearly 160 at times. And yeah, just overall was a joy to drive. So yeah, really glad this has been added to the game. It's currently in the current season of the festival playlist. Only 20 points, and you can get this fantastic classic rally car. So yeah, well worth getting, and yeah, sure to be a fun car to drive in other areas on this game as well. So yeah, get it if you haven't already. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.